Not the big team fights, because you're playing against the Darkseer, Nature's Prophet, these type of heroes that have big team fight ultimates, but you got these low cooldown spells. You got the Coddle, who's going for the Vessel with the Solar Blind. You got the duels coming out. Sark's going to be in and out of the fights as well. So you have like a lot of skirmish potential and a lot of maneuverability. So if you are on Universitario, you want to try to avoid the team fights. You just want to kind of play the map, and I think for that to happen, you got to make sure this Legion gets off to a pretty good start. And looking at his item build, he also wants to get off to a good laning stage. So he has 6 slots of stats in there. That is quite a lot of stats.
There's quite a lot of stats, indeed. But let's see if the college boys on the side of the Universitario Esports. Hence the reason why I've been saying Universitario is because if this was a Portuguese pronounced team, that would be the correct way to pronounce it in Portuguese. But Universitario, however you want to put it, let's see if the School of Dota has taught them anything, if they can win the series. As we are ready to go with the bounties, HFN with his TB alone to challenge multiple heroes. So he'll say, nope, I'm out of here.
See you later.
And 3 heroes in the bottom lane. Are they looking for a potential first blood attempt onto Dad? Let's see if yours just taking a detour straight to the portal, which could be the case. And seems like he will decide to leave. Okay, yeah. So no tri-lane setup for the lane. Okay.
I like that one. Yor is taking the detour as he goes to the top lane. Yep. There's another one you did with Yor as well, but I don't remember. He's got a pretty fun name.
Yeah, he had a different nickname, but I'm happy he's going with the alternative ID that he's turned into his actual.
And you're starting to see why this tree is so sought after in the region right now. This level 1 Leech Seed, 80 mana, 125 heal / damage. AoE heal, by the way, but single target damage. Quite obnoxious to play against.
And great for the Terrorblade as well, who doesn't have a big HP pool. He's got 538 max HP. So any Leech Seed ticks is a win for him. It's kind of like playing with a Morphling with 300 max HP. You've got Leech Seed. It buffs him up quite a lot.
Yep, that's actually a combo we saw earlier as well, the Morph plus Tree. That's something I mentioned, is this Treant is kind of like the new Undying for a lot of teams.
In a way, yeah.
It just makes you win your lane. It feels like you can play any hard carry you want. So I'm not surprised when you have a player like HFN who wants to play these hard carries.
Austin.
You're going to see a lot of Undyings, and all right,
we're not going to see Austin alive. That's an Undying down by El Micho. I was just mesmerized by the size of the party hat on this Undying, but you got a party pooper in El Micho who will take first blood.
That is a big party hat once he starts getting some of that decays up, right?
And Austin, he's lost his party hat now. He's going to have to go back to...
Oh, you lose it when you die?
Yeah, he doesn't have it anymore. But it didn't get stolen by the Spat Rider either.
Warrior is going to get the boots in time. He will. He uses the leap just to get there in time. Meanwhile, on the top lane, you're decent amount of trouble. I wouldn't say big trouble. He doesn't really mind making trades like that. Whenever you're trading as a 5 and you're getting resources off the offlaner, that makes the carry very happy. Because now you get to free farm. And of course, they're going to have to salve, I believe, Lysix there. Half efficiency used.
I just love how going all the way back into the draft, like the Universitario team, banned so many carries from HFN, and he still gets his TB.
Yep. Man, they just thought it wasn't a good TB game, you know? It's like he plays a lot of heroes. He's been playing Dota for a long time, right? He's a veteran of the scene. I believe he's 25 years old now. I think first I remember him coming out of the scene, he was like 18 or something. So at this point, he is a veteran. He's got years and years of experience.
And Austin still has a bit to learn here. Not exactly at the same legendary level of HFN as El Micho will find another kill with the help of Arzent and the Iron Shells. Throwing around flame breaks and fireflies. He will return back to the lane. Will bring a Band of Elven skin for Dad, knowing that his courier was killed the last time. It has respawned though, but might as well use that quick delivery service. Top lane. An attempt is being made here with the Metamorph. Lysix is low and looks like he is done for. Yor will tank a couple of hits and HFN will get the kill. Who isn't actually having a big party in terms of CS, but getting a kill for himself, that's a lot for the Terrorblade.
Definitely is quite nice to get that type of advantage there. And Lizex kind of just gave up on life on that one, deciding, I'll just do a little damage in return. Train Protector, such a powerful laner. Of course, if you pop a level 2 Metamorphosis on top of that, that is some big damage. His TB slapping for 115 a hit about with Med active.
Still battling there in the bottom lane, right under the tower, trying to do their best, but the Tombstone will be dropped down, and Arzent and Elmisho, they've got to make the decision of backing out. They're staying all the way to the end, will take down the Slark, which seems to be worth it in their eyes, but Dismar with the rotation will pick up a double kill for himself, and Yor coming out the other side, or the other end of the portal, trying to do as much damage as possible. Now he's going to engage the chase with this Skywrath. Unfortunately, the Sky is going to be a little bit faster than he is. But yeah, killing off the Slark. And getting back to like what this game is looking like right now, we're looking at the right things because it is the side lanes with most of the action.
I know Dismar found by Yor.
Well, he finally, or Yor finding Dismar finally. Okay, there we go. There we go. And a tip again. These guys have been sharing their fair share of sharing tips. And Elmisho diving Austin again. This story will never end well for Austin. Even with Dad coming into the rescue, he will not do much against Elmisho. And James, he's coming in. Well,
okay, Elmisho. Solarbind is there. Surge will run out, and I think that will be the end of him here.
Okay, blast.
That was a TP scroll. I guess it's not that big of a deal. He has bots coming quite soon here. 300 goldish. Yeah, 300 gold.
It doesn't look like he's going to need those TP scrolls anymore with the Boots of Travel being finished.
Yeah.
We'll be alright.
Don't bother buying a new one.
And top lane, Lizex is also forced away. Does drop to half HP from HFN and Yor. Bit of poking around. Like, you know, the classic comment always in commentary, oh, we haven't really looked at this mid matchup, you know? Like,
yeah,
nothing to see in the mid matchup, right?
Especially if there's a Qhali in the game. There really is nothing to see.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about the side lanes here. 9 kills, 6 minutes. Off to a good pace.
Qhali's definitely one of those heroes that just sucks any enjoyment out of playing mid lane. In fact, this is like the hero I would suggest to people. Like, if you don't play mid and you have to play mid, just play Qhali mid. It's like you kind of just bypass the laning stage.
Yep. Metamorph also used in the top lane. A couple hits onto Lizex, but he will walk out with press the attack. Meanwhile, Dad, he's like, I can't go to my lane because Austin, he's found the enemy. And he will lose a life yet again. Sebas with this tiny rotation, finding a kill, and the 7-minute Wisdom Rune. Looks like we finally got ourselves an honest battle with heroes that don't have stuns, and Dismar will take it away, and Yor is gone. James will pick this up.
An honest battle, heroes that don't have stuns.
Because
you know what that comes down to?
Rubik versus a hero that doesn't have a stun. Okay, Train Protector, for example.
Yeah.
You know how it's going to end, right? You're just going to lift him away and take the Wisdom Rune. Well, I love
the alternative to that is actually it's just a ping test. So NoPing would win that every time.
Didn't win it this time, though. Oh, but nice Avalanche connecting onto 3 by Tiny. But that's about it. The Invulnerability Rune, and with the Surge, he's out. 4 versus 3 in the bottom lane, 7 minutes in. Wild. No one dies.
Yeah, this Surge has proven to be quite useful playing versus Qhali. Single target Solar Bind, single target Surge. Pretty straightforward counter.
Yeah. Easy.
Very easy.
Smart. Does he connect the Fire Flame Break? Almost. Just the wrong direction. Not enough for Sebas to catch up. And it does seem like today's Darkseer is almost always topping net worth. Like, this is the meta we're living in right now.
First pick Darkseer, by the way.
Yep.
So, like, that's the thing about Darkseer. He's very difficult to stop in the laning stage, and he even didn't have to go Vanguard. Normally, if he's having a bad laning stage or a rough one, you'll see him go Vanguard. And once you get that Vanguard, you can't really trade with him because Ion Shell plus Vanguard means you die. And speaking of dying,
here we go.
Austin might be dying as well.
And I'm dying in big, big trouble. But so is the Darkseer. Dad will find a kill on Arzent.
Okay.
And you're slowed up by the good old slow with that solar bind doing work, but it's only doing so much.
Oh, Lasso's online.
Down, and a lasso as well onto the Slark, but Dad's still finding his way through, only to find the inevitable end, which is his death. So 2 for 2. El Misho, is he gonna kill Austin again? Not this time.
Dueled. Okay. I mean, if you... Who's the offlaner again?
I'll use the duel as well, huh?
Yeah, it was just a harassment. Let's Bat offlane this game because he kind of has net worth, the same net worth as Legion Commander this game. But in reality, that was their pos 4. It's a yikes. This offlane, comparatively, look at this way, right? Darkseer, top of net worth, right? The pos 4 has the same net worth as your offlaner from that lane. That is a omega yikes situation. That lane couldn't have gone worse. Well, it probably could have, but it's definitely in that territory of being a disaster.
Yeah.
As Batrider had an 8-minute lasso available to him as a support.
Power of not only the wisdom runes in this case, just being able to actively run down this Undying, and they're doing it again.
Power of a 0-5 Undying. That's how we're getting out of the CXP.
Arzent will get the last tick there. Dad going to be fighting with the help of James. They put down the wall, zoning out the Qhali, but Qhali doesn't mind about being zoned out. Raw long-range abilities all the way through. And Sebas trying to get to the Slark, but Slark able to get out just in time. Tiny going to tank a couple hits here. Dismar, level 6, the Mystic Flare. Oh, the Illumina's close, but again, the Surge. The Qhali counter. They talked about the Qhali counter.
That was me.
Misho has lasso. Okay, now there's
need a nullifier and Qhali now.
They're just wasting mana, poking a support Batrider.
How boss would that be if you just bought a nullifier on the Qhali to counter the surge play?
Yeah. Yeah, this is absurd. Batrider's surpassing the Tiny soon. So how bad of a game is Sebas now having? 2 kills, no deaths, a couple assists, has been brawling.
This is the Tiny problem, man.
The Blink Dagger, but yeah, he's falling behind.
It's just, this is what this hero does. He just kind of falls off. Every game I see it in, it's either you're like beyond godlike and you're killing everything, or you're just kind of walking around and getting carried. And I think this is definitely one of those games where he's just going to walk around and get carried, but that's fine. You don't have to be the star of the show all the time. He just really needs to be there to just allow his team to farm. If he's like playing in their face, making sure the TV's free farming, making sure the Darkseer is free farming, he's a bare minimum doing his job that he needs to do as a mid laner this game. Just Tiny, unfortunately, has like one of the bigger reverse power spikes, I'll call it. Is like they falls off harder than most any other hero I've seen. But as long as he gets that dagger and doesn't feed too much, it's fine.
Yeah, this Batrider's getting everything. He even got the last hit on the bottom tier 1 tower above the Darkseer. Because of that little pause there, wasn't unable to cancel his right-click animation. And
I mean, pretty much all the gold lead that is on the side of NoPing is just all on the bat.
Yes, yeah. It's all on the bat. Well, it might just be a big carrying force with the team. Just got to make that net worth prevent it from going to dead worth.
Just don't have any dead worth.
Yeah, just like Naga. All that money for nothing.
We're still afraid of the hero, though.
Sure are. Lissex building up into a Blade Mail first. He knows that the Skywrath is there. Again, this is something I contemplate. If you have Sky, why not build Blink? But he's like, well, I just want this Blade Mail. I'll have that helping item before I go for the Blink Dagger. But you have Sky. He's already level 6. Isn't that all you need? Initiate with an ult, get a kill, get a duel win?
Well, he doesn't want to run around the map. That's right. Because he,
I guess that's
he just wants to farm creeps. That's pretty much it. And if someone walks up to him for a duel, it's okay. As we said, bottom lane, we said the death of the Darkseer, and that's a big kill. That hero was top of the network.
Tried to TP out, but he couldn't count the pounce timer off at the right time. Lissex is gonna fall. El Misho, of course, he gets the kill. Yeah, I'm not even surprised anymore at this point. Yor will drop to a big Illuminate, and El Misho has got a lot of money riding on this Batrider. trying to juke around, and now his Firefly runs its course, and James.
All right, that's 3 kills.
3
really
kills
good
indeed.
For Universitario to get the Darkseer in the bot lane. Make a quick play on the top lane.
+1
Get
Agi.
2 more. +3 in total. But yeah,
Looking good.
starting to get some stacks up in this game. And of course, HFN is... We won't see him for the next probably 10 minutes. But he's farming. If anyone didn't know.
And the big difference between last game and this game, Dad, he's top of net worth. Slark off to a good start here. Despite a couple deaths, he's been fighting, he's been brawling. He's been alive when somebody dies before he dies himself, so that counts for something. It's not like he dies first in the fight, and then he just left with nothing.
Yeah, it's mainly just been the Undying dying in that bot lane.
Yeah.
So Austin having a bit of a rough one at 0-5, but it's fine. It's your boss 5. I'd rather see a 0-5 Undying than 0-5 carry, right? That's like the difference between last game and this game.
Sabas has his blink. All right, stack up for smoke for a blink rotation. See if that happens. Who would join him? El Misho would be a good target to bring along. Already has the money for the Boots of Bearing, but are you a fan of burning drum charges first before finishing Boots of Bearing? Or do you just go straight for Boots of Bearing?
Depends on the game. I think this game it's really good because it gives you that... Only Boots of Bearing gives you that movement speed that cannot be slowed. And against Qhali, you pop those Boots of Bearing on anyone who gets hit by a Solar Bind and they can just walk away from it. And I think that's pretty valuable.
That's pretty valuable, yeah. Ignore
You're going to try and TP out, but he didn't get far enough into the trees there. And double TP's going to come in. Sure, it's not going to be a dual win, but it might just be a kill. Okay. That looked funny.
Pushed away onto the high ground for a moment.
Big
like, I don't want to go there. Bring me back.
Thrown up there.
Gabe and bringing him back from there. Like, nope, your place is here.
You sure it wasn't Gabe and throwing him up there?
Good. Yeah, I feel like you can't break some boundaries.
Yeah.
Gotta bring him back. And that smoke rotation that they just did with that blink, it will not connect. DD rune for Tiny though. And people showing up in mid. Dad under the tower. TP's coming in. Yep, that's a call. Let's fight. Who do they fight first? Dad trying to initiate onto El Misho. He's just wiggle-waggling back and forth on top of that cliff. And they're backing away on the side of Universitario. They're baiting with HFN, who wants that farm as well. Slark's moving in. And Tiny is almost in blink range, trying to stay away from the creeps so he doesn't show in vision. And now, nobody's showing in top, nobody's showing in bottom. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's multiple heroes in mid. Let's not waste this time here.
Good read there from Universitario, but the DD is popped, and NoPing is going to delve a little bit deeper here. And maybe go for this tier 1 tower. Pretty good choice here. I think this Boots of Bearing on Batrider is very scary timing. If he saves it and uses it at the right time, it could be very instrumental here on countering this Qhali. Yep. Wow. Thinking of Austin Clock.
We're missing it, yeah.
I miss them.
I miss them for sure. Sebas blinks in forward, finds Dad, doesn't get the Dark Pack, finally pops it. Silence on the Tiny, Mystic Flare coming out as well, and doing some damage onto the Tiny, but he is moving out. Dad also with his ulti, and oh my goodness, he's so far away from the rest, and he's gonna get dueled, and he's gonna get killed.
And that's a dual win, too. Can't just be handing those away for free, as Sabaz maybe going a little bit too aggressive there. Trying to go in, didn't have the backup required to kill any heroes there. Maybe he was hoping to catch a Qhali or a Sky or one of the weaker heroes, but he found one of the worst heroes in the Slark. Not a kill you can really go for.
Still trying to save this tower. Tiny only just got back to the fountain, but he could TP Invis rune, which you gotta pay attention to. And there we go. Invis popped, TPing into the tier 2. But they maybe saw that with the ward.
They have a
very cheeky ward placed down here. That's going to show a lot.
Yeah. That's given all the information they need, but he's still in biz. He found him.
Just in time, but the silence is there. Dismar still chasing him, has the toss available, and the blade mail will be popped, so some of that damage is bounced back, but not a whole lot. They got a pipe. Dad, let's Got the jump of the Darkseer. Darkseer drops down the wall. Mystic Flare coming out as well. He needs to juke a little bit more. Can he get the help of his allies? Austin is there, body blocking with the Undying. You bullied me in the lane. I bully you now. 1 for 1. Maybe even more. Dad has his ulti. Well, Misho can't do much. James, ready to drop the Solar Bind. It's onto Yor. Under the vision they are. Dad, another Agi stack going away towards the Slark. And final, the third attempt on this middle tier 1 tower. They're going to be successful.
Yeah, and just to remind everyone about this matchup, this is Universitario not being able to beat NoPing, right? Throughout the entirety of the year. In this game number 3 here, getting off to a great start. And we're seeing a night and day difference when Dad is able to join the fights.
And he's able to initiate fights. He's able to kill people. He's able to be a threat. Not much.
He's able to play Dota.
They're just running away. We can't do anything to the Slark at this stage of the game. It's just a chain feed maybe at this point. You're dropping the overgrowth, keeping them busy. Dad down a half HP. Able to walk away.
HFN is here.
HFN coming in. This is the big Terrorblade. What can he do? Can they kill off the Slark? Slark low on HP, pounces away. The Tombstone will keep them busy. Sebas still chasing Dad. Oh, you should have backed away when you had the opportunity. Now you're dead. Dad is dead.
And HFN, finally, we see him on the map. I actually, for a second there, forgot he was in this game.
Oh.
I was like, HFN has joined the game on his Terrorblade, Manta online. He's got an interesting smorgasbord, as we say, of an item build here. There's a ring of, not a ring, a belt.
Hey, this is the blink reveal. Blink reveal right here. Can they catch Arsent? If he doesn't pop his pipe, no, he doesn't. It's on cooldown.
Doesn't even need the blink. Just kind of walked up and killed him.
Straight up dual win.
But that's an extra dual one, yep. Damage is stacking up, but it's not like out of control by any means. He's gotten a couple dual wins, I think 2 now. Not the most, and especially those lower level duels, they don't give that much bonus damage. But with that added talent. Wait, was that his first dual win?
That was his second.
How does he have 28 damage only?
Because the first duel was only 10 damage, then he got to the level 10 talent for +8.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I think he
that last duel was
up.
only a level 1 duel. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And they found themselves El Misho as well. They just stack around him, around that Lotus pool. Things are looking very good for the collegiates. Is that the way you say it?
I mean, yeah, that is.
Okay, yeah. I'm just making up new names for the team now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if that's what they're called, but that is a word you can use.
Universitarians.
University. I don't know about that one. You have to veto that one.
At least they're fighting for their lives here. Maybe they could look for that first series win over NoPing in this year. It will be a big... it has felt like maybe a bit of a mountain to climb. Coming into this series, looks like they had a lot of confidence winning at that first game. Kind of dropping the ball on the second one. But now again, like the traditional type of picks, the more meta-like picks. And obviously a lot is riding off of James again. Like, he wasn't picked... okay, they weren't setting up this game for James to have the best mid pick possible, because they were more focused about HFN's hero pool, maybe get a couple heroes away from Arzent, and still, just this Qhali looking really good for him. 7-1-4.
It is.
Great game.
Yeah, this is exactly how you want to play the game, but Dad just used his spells here.
Around it, but still gets the...
Oh, he went back in.
Okay, sure thing. I mean, they trust Lissex maybe at this point. He still gets the blink off! He got hit by an illusion, but he just blinks away. The Darkseer wall wasn't strong enough. The attack animation didn't finish. And he just blinks through. Goes for the bat, finds another duel when Sebas dropped low, forced out. But they've kind of spent a lot of resources here. They don't want to face this 3,000 HP Terrorblade. They're like, yeah, we're out. You use your Metamorph. We don't have to fight that.
And at this point of the game, you do have to rely on this Metamorphosis quite a lot. And more than that, you just got to rely on HFN to join the fights, because without him, I don't think you have the manpower to kill any heroes right now. Most all of your net worth is going to be riding on this Terrorblade, so if he's not in the fight, getting kills is going to be quite difficult. So if you can disengage the meta, that's going to put you in a great spot.
Yeah, and the way Dad pounces out and then back in is like, that's not a disengagement. That's a that's a warning sign right there. But still,
Yeah.
that Lissex, if he didn't get the blink off, if that illusion finished its right click, broke the blink off of LC, could have been a whole different fight.
Next patch, wall does damage.
Yeah, that would change so many things. Like, yep, your blinks are broken.
Yeah. This hero's not quite good enough. We've got to buff him some more, right? First pick this game.
And this team doesn't even have pipe, you know, which could even soak vacuum damage. They can still blink out.
Yeah, I think force staffs are going to start being something you want to build ASAP. Even Darkseer is going for one. Treant luckily does have one. Most likely Terrorblade will upgrade into a force staff as well with the Hurricane Pike. But against this double pounce, he's going to start locking heroes down. He's going to be starting these fights, just allowing... Normally, you want to see your Legion go first. But I think in a game like this, your Slark can kind of go first and let your Legion get the pick of the litter of who he wants to duel here.
And already racking up 56 damage here in the pretty early parts of this game. Going on for the BKB next, Lissek's going to be an even bigger threat. And just wants to find the Batrider, really. Like El Misho or Yor, either one of these, Batrider would be the best pick-off. That's a support with a big teamfight ulti that you can just strip away. Doesn't have that much defensive tools.
Definitely does not here. He's going for that shard next, so that's going to be another good tool to be able to just, like, kite out the Terrorblade. This is one of the reasons why some players do like the Slark into Terrorblade matchup. Just the ability to just hit him without worrying about Sunder, without worrying about his right click, and being able to give your teammates that same ability and the Shadow Dance definitely helps out a ton. We'll see how he can utilize that, as he will be pretty close to it if he does decide to go for it.
Now but it is cute. Blades. James
on
Qhali? Blade on this Qhali. That's gonna hurt.
That is annoying. And that is going to be... I think it's mainly just going to be used for damage for himself. Just to kill heroes like the Terrorblade, get some blast damage going there. He has a BKB on top of the vessel. A lot of magic damage coming out from this Keeper of the Light here. And they're going to the Rosh. They want to defend this Roshan here.
And this is a non-smoke engagement coming out as well from Universitario. Can they get there in time? They're actually set themselves out of the Roche pit. Dad already showing himself in the lane, and Austin, he needs to get the deep wards out, and he will. There's a DD Tiny. Oh, that is scary. Austin walks in. Oh, he gets out with a force staff. Located where he is. And NoPing. Firefly running out soon. No Metamorph used just quite yet. HFN holding on to it for the last possible moment. El Misho, he's got himself Dismar. Dismar going to get pulled away with the lasso all the way back to the back.
E-Blade.
The E-Blade. The E-Blade will keep him safe, and he will be fine. Batrider taking a big ulti here, Dad. He's down to half HP as well, but HFN, he's in a prime position to throw in the damage, and that's a lost duel. El Misho will take it. HFN hammers away. And man, the TB's positioning in that fight, just pristine. Doesn't need to go anywhere, doesn't need to move anywhere, constantly dealing damage, racking up 3,000 and a duel win and a Roshan.
Like, you can play the game as good as you want to. You can win these, like, small engagements, but can you kill HFN this game? That is going to be the question. As yet again, he's choosing to be one of the hardest carries in the game, and kind of showing that last team fight, they didn't have a way of dealing with him. I thought that E-Blade save was going to be clutch here, as you're going to see. The lasso goes out right onto the Skywrath here. The Glimmer Cape was pretty clutch there. Then after the Glimmer Cape, you get this perfect E-Blade, allowing them to get some counter initiation, but you don't have any ability to touch this Terrorblade.
Talk about what happens next. There's no Metamorph to fight back, so this is a prime opportunity opportunity for Universitario to maybe find some kills for themselves. Darkseer is the first target to be locked down. E-Blade with the vessel will burn down. Sebas is also running away as Dad and James hunting for more. One teleport successfully out. That's going to be Yor with the Treant getting away. And TB also split pushing that mid lane, forcing out the glyph defensively from Universitario as they only get a Darkseer. Can they get this tier 2 in the top lane though? Doesn't look
every
like
fight
comfortable.
where HFN isn't there is a good fight for Universitario. They are playing this skirmishing lineup, and these are honestly things you can't be doing right now if you are on NoPing. Like, there is a limit to how much HFN can carry in this game, and especially when you're giving away dual damage. If that stacks up too high, then all of a sudden this Legion might be able to deal with the Terrorblade. So you got to be careful on which fights you're choosing. You got an Aegis on the TB. You're technically losing the game net worth-wise. Not by a lot, though. You have an Aegis. Meta's up. Just play with your Terrorblade at this point. I think that's your best route of... I don't even want to say getting back into this game. That's just the best way to just play the game. Because as we can see, if HFN's in the fight, you can win the fights. And now he has a Daedalus. If you thought he was hitting hard before, whew. One lasso into this man, and he will be shredded if the E-Blade is not there.
They are going to take this bottom tower for free. The security of the Aegis, the security of the Metamorph. That's a Daedalus TB as well, so he will hit very, very hard. We saw that last fight as well. Slark had to cover himself up with the Death Shroud at the very start of the engagement, just to try to save the Sky a little bit extra as he was thrown in with E-Blades and Glimmer Capes, but that also left the Slark kind of vulnerable.
Do they see him on bat? The ward was a little late, or he would have jumped him.
Still might go for it. El Misho. Oh, sorry, Dismar in a position where he might just get lobbed, but the Batrider gets silenced before he gets anything done. His duel is gone! And HFN, he's going for it. He's trying his best. Dad will pounce away. He's stuck in the trees. They finally got themselves that pesky ward placement as well taken out, but it's a quick duel win into an instant retreat.
El Misho, he had such a good early game. We talked about how farmed he was, but really struggling now in this mid game here to find the openings. If he would have dropped that ward a little bit sooner, he would have caught that Coddle, and this would be a completely different fight if Coddle's dead at the beginning. But instead, he pops out of the trees, shows himself, and of course, good reaction by, I believe, Dismar to silence him immediately after he blinks in. But that's only because he left the trees. He should have stayed in the trees. You know how it goes.
All the way from TI1. Should have stayed in the trees.
Still applicable to this day.
Tight game. 5-6K lead now, actually, going for the way of Universitario. But it's only economy at this point. His Terrorblade is still a force to be reckoned with. HFN unkilled. He is out of the two players who haven't died this game. Sebas on the Tiny is the other. Two big cores.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
A lot of money ready on them.
This Tiny is so poor, but yet hasn't died.
And let's see if this is his death number 1. Moving straight in with the Surge. And there we go, Lysix. Oh, he's found him with the Mystic Flare, but is it enough damage? It's going to be a close attempt, and he gets out. BKB forced death to safety. HFN, the vacuum coming in as well, Dad. He's trying to do as much work as he can. The Darkseer is going to be dropping, and that will be 1 kill again, but holy Sebas gets out somehow. They just didn't get the damage ASAP.
I thought we cursed him wonderfully there, but he decided he is not going to die today.
Compete says nah.
Nah, bro.
Does. Still unkilled.
The unkillable man here.
Yeah, I love that nice red bar for the TV there. Just pure physical. The only hero who's only done physical damage this game.
I mean, he doesn't have many other options unless he buys a Radiant.
I know. Just glorifying that nice red bar in between all of the ocean of blue.
I mean, TV's the hero that definitely sees a lot of red, too. Very murderous intent.
We got a nullifier up on the Slark. And an incoming smoke as well. They have located Austin. I'll take that one if they can't find anything else. HFN, 3 hits, he's gone. Melee right-clicking 650 crits. That's Painful.
This is very painful.
To think about, they don't have a lot of armor on the Universitario team. 3 in the Sky, 5 on the Undying, 9 base armor on the Legion Commander, plus the Blade Mail helps out a bit. Qhali is 10. They're all very soft targets for this TB to hit, if he gets to hit.
And that's really just going to come down to his initiators. His Tiny, who's been playing really good this game, and of course the Bat Rider. As HFN is like, all right, guys, let's go high ground. Undying's dead.
And that goes in. No fear against NoPing.
With a no fire.
That indeed. There goes the Metamorph. Time to work on those racks. Hiding inside that Darkseer wall. And there we go. The Jewel is there. The HFN, he's gonna blow up. This TB is gone. Big kill for the first time. The big Terrorblade has been felled. And the Tiny! How did he not finish that teleport? Where was he going? Felt like an outpost TP to me because that was not directed towards the fountain, for sure.
And I feel like that may be the straw that breaks the camel's back there. You had your Tiny, unkillable up until this point. This Terrorblade, your hopes and dreams have been riding on this man here. You go high ground, you die. Now, all of a sudden, you're feeling mortal here. You got the Nullifier, HFN spamming the ha-ha-has. Maybe if he gets off his Satanic, that's a completely different fight there, but I'm not sure if he even had it on him or if he just bought it. Either way, it doesn't go off.
I need to see the replay from that last fight. Where was Tiny TPing to, and did somebody TP there before him to increase the teleport timer? Because it felt like forever.
I mean, you go for a greedy play, sometimes you get punished.
Both
Play it safe, you just double tap it. But if you want to TP, you're going to click somewhere, especially if it's to a tower. I mean, which outpost could he possibly misclick? Like, they don't have many structures available, and none of which are...
It has to be an objective that somebody else TP to. But anyway, the full picture of this HFN, here. Great read from Lissix and Dad. Just get the straight-up jump on him.
Yep. And now they're at a point they can duel the TB and feel confident in winning it.
Nope, that's just a regular TP into the fountain. It was just taking forever. All right.
You just slowed it down because it was that intense. You're just really banking on the fact that this Tiny can't die. You know, this is the one good thing he has going from this game is that he hasn't died.
But that would have been huge, actually, if like that extra half a second added, if you were teleporting into like, say, a tier 3, a tier 4, another building, and somebody else TP'd there just before you, and you're going on the same spot, you got a longer teleport, and that could have been the difference between life and death. But no, it was just a normal teleport into the fountain, and it didn't finish on time. But the jump on HFN, that was definitely the right call, because that's 4,000 HP, and they're still able to burst through it. That's kind of insane.
You know what time it is?
Go time?
It's nighttime. And that means this hero, Slark, gets a big advantage. This hero operates the best at night because he does have night vision for reasons unknown, but because of that, he gets their team a lot more information here as the big objective is up. It's a big boy. It's Roshan. It's Dire. And it is nighttime, so if you want to come here on Slark, you're going to have the vision advantage.
They're not here on time. This is disastrous for Universitario. They're going to lose the Undying, and they might even lose the Skywrath. James trying to save him with the E-Blade, but they're lacking tools here. He even brings the courier. Please hit the courier. Okay, I'll take the courier as well. That's a gem. Oh my god. That could not have gone worse.
Yeah, I was watching Slark bottom farming creeps, and yet they're still trying to defend Roche. Probably not the play, as they're discussing right now. Hindsight.
You were leading this game. You were leading this game, building confidence out of that last team fight, and now you lost an objective, you lost a gem, you lost your supports, and this is just money going the way of NoPing's side. And this Terrorblade getting experience, everybody else is getting experience out of it. Level 15, talents all over the board. They found the Slark. Oh, where does it end? Lissix, did he just duel an illusion? It looks like he did. But Arzent gets healed by the Cheese. Cheese taken away. Lissix trying to get the kill. The Vessel Maybe it's enough. No, it's not. The Illuminate. Oh, he dodges it just in time. Lysic's now surrounded by hostiles. And Dad, he's going to get lassoed up. The Legion Commander somehow making a way out of here for the time being. Arzent is dead. And maybe they can turn this fight around. Sebas being bounced by Dad. Dad goes for another kill. The E-Blade onto the Dream Protector. Not the Terrorblade. He's on the way out. How? Well, I mean, I guess they just got the perseverance to pull it through, but 3 kills against the Cheese Aegis. Cheese burnt, Aegis unused because no Metamorph to fight back with.
I need to see a replay of that. Like, is it possible that Slark Shard cancels duel even if it's on your team?
It seemed like it hit an illusion. Oh, HFN! Aegis has been lost, and a pounce is ready for Dad.
By the way.
And no protective abilities. Duel on him. We're going the other way around. South American Dota in the lower bracket providing some content. And for Universitario, are they smiling at all? Dad, he's super focused. He's like, guys, let's finish the job. No cheering.
I think that's exactly what you should do. Like, don't.
And Dismar's got a party hat on. He feels it. He feels it.
That's a pretty good party hat timing, as they don't have creeps right now. So I think you are probably only getting 1 set of barracks for now. You could just go swing mid, which I think is definitely you got to finish that barracks thing. That's living armor. But you do have 20 stacks of agility. That's 80 agility stolen on top of the 13 permanent agility.
Solid.
So go ahead and smack this down. And the question is, do you want to go back or not? You don't have an Aegis. If you get lassoed back or something of that nature, you could die. So maybe it's just the call to just, we'll hit it for now.
They have E-Blades,
14
they have
seconds.
Force Staffs, they have Glimmer Capes, Death Shrouds. And there's the jump in.
Toss him back.
Gonna need something for him right now. The BKB's there, but the duel coming out from Lys. Fight the Ancient right now. They can't target El Micho, but they will look for the fight here. Metamorph popped as well. HFN, he's trying to repel every single invader, but he's disarmed right now. And finally getting to throw a couple hits. It will take down Austin. James is on the runaway. HFN gets that Scotty slow. It does connect. The dust is there. And this he needs to BKB. He needs to run away. HFN still wanting more. Dad throwing in the nullifier. And another E-Blade thrown on the way to the TB. York gets taken down by Dismar at the back line. Trading 1 for 1. And a Metamorph that's not gonna be good enough.
They only get done dying with that Metamorphosis. So I think when it goes down, you could just reinitiate here. Undying, he'll be back soon.
He's got a rapier.
I think you just wait for Undying, and then you go. Yeah, he's got 2 of them lined up. Nullifier and a Rapier. I mean, they kind of do need a Nullifier with all this E-Blade action. I mean, that's Coddle in the back, throwing the Scythe of Ice up, throwing out the Lincolns, throwing out the E-Blade. This Coddle's 6-slotted. He even has to put his Spirit Vessel in his backpack. He's just too damn rich.
I guess this is the part where Coddle starts saving money for a Moon Shard for his Slark.
Yeah.
HFN.
Might as well.
Drops the slow on the Coddle. Instant jump there from El Micho. Very close, but not enough. And Dad, he jumps on the Terrorblade and gets cliffed. But he's got a pounce available.
Died.
Oh, he actually harpoons himself out. Arsene still gets the blink out. Still on the chase here. Illusion's doing work. Dismar does drop low. Sebas able to blink out. Arsene, he's trying to get away, but the duel will connect with the Nullifier, and that will be an end for the Darkseer. You're hiding on the high ground position. He's got 4 staff, and he 4 staffs back home. Sliding all the way from those cliff sides, and Sebas gonna get jumped up by Dad. Dad looking for another kill here.
Rapier's online now.
Quick Hex coming out as well. Treant Protector will buy some time, but still getting jumped on again.
Coming on the courier.
Dad is doing so much damage right now, and he's building up Essence Shifts. He's at 128 plus agility right now. And bringing the creeps into top lane. Dismar, he's bringing in the troops. He's bringing in the reinforcements.
HFN with the Rapier now. Metamorphosis in 18 seconds. That might be too long. You might be against Mega Creeps by the time your meta is up.
Yeah, no glyph. El Micho, he didn't get the lasso last time. Will he get it now? He will go for the Legion Commander. And HFN is there, and big slices of damage thrown in. Still needs a couple seconds more. Metamorph, it's available now. Duel coming up from Lisek, so it's tiny, but now the Rapier going into action. Lisek surviving? No. Or is he? He's still up. He's
being
surviving,
controlled.
and they're taking them down. NoPing down. NoPing dead. HFN, the Rapier to drop on the deck, and GG. Can't fight back. Even with the hands of the Rapier, it's not enough. They're out.
Yeah, and that Coddle in the back line just throwing out E-Blade after E.